time be cold, will it, Grandad?
Of course not. It's only the North Atlantic. Why on earth would it be cold?
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who almost played the Doctor.
And I believe I know just where to play them.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at times where we could have had a very different Doctor Who lead than the one we saw on screen. But for whatever reason, they weren't given the sonic screwdriver. Who's your favourite Doctor Who companion of all time? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Brian Blessed. Back in the mid-60s, the first Doctor Who actor, William Hartnell, was stepping down. So, the hunt was on for the second Doctor. According to legendary actor Brian Blessed, it could have been him.
Who said that?
That's your other son, Father. The actor.
The actor? I thought he was dead!
After starring in Z-Cars, producers for the sci-fi show approached Blessed to offer him the role. However, he had to turn it down as he was too busy. He stated in 2014 that if he was offered the part now, he would have snapped it up in a heartbeat. On the plus side, Blessed did get to be in the show when he played King Yrcanos, but it still feels like we missed out on a theatrical, cursing, booming voiced Doctor, which seems like a shame. Number 9. Joanna Lumley. Before Jodie Whittaker became the first woman to play the Doctor, there were discussions back in the 80s to give the role to another. One of those was the iconic Joanna Lumley.
I only need 10 minutes alone with him. You've got 5. Done.
Sidney Newman, who was head of BBC drama in the 60s and helped develop Doctor Who, was brought back for his advice on the declining show. He advised getting a Time Lady to be the 7th Doctor, and Lumley was one of the names brought up. Another name mentioned was the then upcoming comedy performer Dawn French. However, the show went with Sylvester McCoy and was later canned. Lumley did get the chance to be the Doctor, briefly, in the 1999 parody, comic relief Doctor Who, The Curse of Fatal Death. Number 8. Billy Connolly. When Doctor Who was looking to reboot with a TV film in 1996, a host of actors were linked with the role of the 8th Doctor, and Scottish comedian Billy Connolly was on the top of the producers' list.
Well, I've told lots of lies. Lots and lots of lies. I always lied to policemen.
But they changed their minds. This is a shame, since Connolly is a fan of the series and would have jumped at the chance. He did mention that the Doctor would have been much angrier though. Another Scottish actor considered was Peter Capaldi, but he turned down the audition as he didn't think he would get it. He loves the show so much that he didn't want to be disappointed with the rejection. Still, worked out for Capaldi in the end. Number 7. Michael Jackson. In the 80s, Paramount had plans to make a Doctor Who film. It would have moved away from the traditional British elements of the show and inserted an American cast instead.
That's a cool move. Okay. Cool move.
While it didn't materialise, they had some strange choices for the Doctor. Primarily, they wanted singer Michael Jackson. After his success with the film Moonwalker in 1988, Paramount thought casting the former Jackson 5 member would mean high box office income. But if Jackson rejected them, they had another high-grossing performer in mind, Bill Cosby. After all, he was one of the biggest stars in the States at that point, thanks to The Cosby Show. Yeah, it's probably good the plans for the film didn't work out. Number 6. Bill Nye. With the big comeback of the Doctor in 2005, the show wanted a big name to carry the sci-fi brand forward as the 9th Doctor.
It's a personalised felt tip pen.
Oh, great.
It's brilliant.
So, they looked at performing veteran Bill Nye. However, the Love Actually actor rejected it. He felt the role came with too much baggage with all the media attention he would receive. Apparently, the BBC bosses had protocols to stop prospective actors from confirming that they turned down the Doctor. Whoops for Nye. The role, of course, was given to Christopher Eccleston. Nye would at least get a taste of being on the show when he played Dr. Black in the episode Vincent and the Doctor with Matt Smith in the titular role. Number 5. Benedict Cumberbatch. When David Tennant was set to leave the show as the 10th Doctor, the race was on for a replacement. At the time, Stephen Moffat was the showrunner of Doctor Who and Sherlock, so it seemed appropriate for Benedict Cumberbatch to do both.
They're warning us it's going to happen again. I've seen this place before.
Hang on, what's going to happen again?
Boom!
At least that's what Tennant wanted. He spoke to Cumberbatch and encouraged him to go for it. However, Cumberbatch wasn't keen. He didn't like the extra duties that came with the part, such as public appearances and appearing on lunchboxes. This sort of breaks family tradition since his mum, Wanda Ventham, appeared in several classic Doctor Who episodes. A few years after this, Cumberbatch apparently changed his mind when he became Doctor Strange in the MCU. Number 4. Alan Cumming. Imagine the Doctor defeating the Cybermen with acrobatic flips and tricks. Well, we could have had that if the Nightcrawler actor Alan Cumming was cast as the 9th Doctor.
And my fingers snap you.
He was approached for the role as the show was returning. Cumming, who primarily lives in the US, had a place in London at the time. So, he was game. That was until they told him it's actually filmed in Cardiff over 8 months. Due to his apathy, the producers moved on pretty quickly. To sum up his feelings, Cumming stated in an interview, "Nothing against Cardiff, but yikes for the Welsh capital." Cumming did appear in an episode of Doctor Who in 2018 when he played King James. Number 3. Richard Griffiths. The Uncle Vernon actor is in a class of his own. After all, he wasn't considered for the role of the Doctor once, but twice.
What happened?
I swear I don't know!
After Tom Baker's legendary 7-year run as the 4th Doctor, Richard Griffiths was one of the names put forward as his replacement. But instead, Peter Davison was the preferred choice. Then, once the 7th Doctor performer, Sylvester McCoy, stepped down, Griffiths was once again on the shortlist. Unfortunately, the series was cancelled before any serious consideration for a replacement was made. Strangely enough, when the Doctor Who film was announced in 1996, Paul McGann, who was Griffiths' co-star in the 1980 film With Neil and I, was cast as the 8th Doctor. Number 2. Catherine Zeta-Jones. In 2008, then lead writer of Doctor Who Russell T Davies spoke at a press screening of one of the show's Christmas specials. At the time, it was already announced that Tennant and Davies' reigns were coming to an end. So, Davies was asked about which women actors he would like to see as the Doctor.
I don't know you.
That's because we never met before.
One of the performers he mentioned was Oscar winner Catherine Zeta-Jones. If she was the 11th Doctor, we could have seen her make use of her sword-fighting training from The Mask of Zorro, which would have been amazing. Instead, the incoming showrunner Stephen Moffat cast the beloved Matt Smith. Number 1. Hugh Grant. As we've mentioned, with the relaunch, the show wanted a famous name to play the starring role of the 9th Doctor, so they approached rom-com icon Hugh Grant. Fresh from his roles in Love Actually and About a Boy, he would have had the star power for a successful reboot.
We're rich again, and our dog food days are done.
But he turned it down. After being impressed seeing the show on screen, he wondered if he had made the right decision. He was even heavily rumoured to be the 14th Doctor, but he quickly shot the murmurs down. With his iconic floppy 90s hair, Grant did play the Doctor in the spoof comic relief Doctor Who: The Curse of Fatal Death. There were a lot of Doctors in that special.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.